Hi Scorpios, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Tarot and today we're going to do your October predictions and reading. So what we have here is your general energy of October, and then we're going to pull some cards for every area of your life, and then we're going to move into advice. So something I should mention before we start is that I've had a certain card system for every sign so far and what I'm pulling for your general energy. But interestingly, this is the first time where one of the piles I was pulling a card from, I heard that there were no messages for you in there, so you're going to be the first pile that has two of these Seed and Sickle cards. That being said, let's go ahead and get into it. We have the Cave. We have Building Blocks. We have Pride. We have Cherry. And we have the Sickle. Interesting. So Scorpio, what I'm feeling for you right off the bat is that October is going to be a month where you're going to be coming a little bit out of your shell, a little bit more than normal. That could be because you're feeling yourself lately, or you have something to do, but you have an intentional emergence happening for you in October. I get the feeling that you are setting out on a particular task, or you're setting out to do something important. For some of you, it might be something for work or something in your personal life that you are laying groundwork for the future. But I definitely get the idea that many of you guys are going to be setting out to do some work on an important task to you. I think that October is going to be also a more confident month for you than normal. And in particular, in some of your relationships, you are going to be setting some serious boundaries. I know you're already pretty good at that, but in this month in particular, we're going to be setting some serious boundaries on people who do or do not serve you in your life, and the people that you want to be in your space. I will caution you, Scorpios, against being just a little bit too much indulging in your ego at times in October. So just keep an eye out for that. I do feel like there's a small message for that. But otherwise, it looks like it's also going to be I'm getting the word of like happy month for you internally. I definitely feel like already you are sometimes misunderstood, Scorpio, for a lot of you guys are a little stoic on the outside when you have a lot going on inside. But I get the feeling that even if you continue this into October, many of you guys are actually going to feel quite happy on the inside. It might be happiness from this task you're going out to do. You might be experiencing some joy. For some of you guys, I'm feeling in a new relationship. Feels very like almost honeymoon phase to me, but that could also be because of friends. I do get the feeling that a lot of it is feeling joy from the people around you. So I think that October is going to be a month also where you are experiencing a lot of warm feelings, particularly from relationships. And that could be relationships with your family, with your friends, with your coworkers, with your romantic partners, etc. But that looks like that's going to be the general energy of October. We might get some more context once we pull cards on every area of your life. So next we are going to look into, first, what is up for my Scorpio's health in October, Spirit? Oop. Wow, that was a little chaotic. So already won because we have the Five of Wands coming out here and kind of that explosion. I think health is something you might want to pay attention to a lot in October, Scorpio. First of all, I'm getting a very specific message that some of you guys might be a little too indulgent with your Halloween candy this month. So keep an eye on that in your health. I also get the general message that some of you guys might be pretty busy with work, and as a result, you may not have the best diet in terms of your health this month. So keep an eye on that. I will say an additional message as well is, although I'm happy to go through the rest of this reading, I definitely feel like some of you Scorpios are kind of giving me a mental boundary almost, like you don't want me to look too much into what your October is going to be. I will respect that wish, but I do think it's just a little funny to notice that for sure. But totally understand. I won't go too deep into things, Scorpio, in respect to some of your boundaries, but let's also look into what does my Scorpio's social life look like in October. We got both the Queen of Wands and the Knight in reverse. Off the top of my head, I'm getting the message that a lot of you guys are going to be pretty active with your nightlife. It doesn't have to necessarily be like clubs and that kind of thing, but there might be a lot of, say, Halloween parties or house parties that some of you guys are at least going to be getting invites to. I think that some of you guys are also going to be enjoying activities that happen particularly in the second half of the day. For example, movie theaters are more popular in the evenings. Obviously, I know some people prefer to go to the movies earlier in the day, but as a general sense, a lot of people tend to go to movies in the evenings. Interestingly, I'm also getting the idea that some of you guys are going to be experiencing a bit of night owlness in October. It might be a direct result of how your social life is going to play out, but it might be the other way around, where some of you guys are going to be doing a lot of things in the evening because of you're feeling like a night owl, or maybe some of you guys are experiencing a bit of insomnia. But I definitely feel like, as a general, a lot of your social activities are going to be taking place in the evening in October, Scorpios. And I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but I'm even hearing a little bit of some of you guys are going to be partaking in, this is only my 18 plus Scorpios, some saucy activities in the nighttime in October. Maybe you guys are feeling a little spicy this month. I don't know. But that looks to be like your general social life. Let's look into what are my Scorpios' creativity looking like in October. Creativity for my Scorpios in October, please. Ooh, we have the Two of Wands in reverse. I think that creativity is going to take a little bit of a delay in October. For some of you, I'm hearing that you're going to be kind of caught between two different ideas you have, or two different creative paths you're trying to decide on. I'm just getting a very stuck feeling, a very like caught in the middle feeling, so to speak, for your creativity in October, Scorpios. I think that in general, you're going to feel just a little more unsatisfied with how things are going in your creative house in general. So I think that as a result, your creativity is going to be a little bit less of a focus in October. but it seems very likely to be also because you're going to be focusing on some other things. For example, some of the social life seems to be in kind of the front seat in October. Let's take a look on what your finances are looking like in October, Scorpios. What are my Scorpios' finances looking like? We have the King of Swords. Looks like you guys are pretty no nonsense in your finances in October. I think almost that you guys are going to be very tunnel vision, so to speak, on your intentions for your financial activities in October that may or may not be in finance. I think that some of you guys are going to be acting on a financial decision that you've made or are going to make, and you're going to be very dead set on doing that. I get the sense that some of you guys are even going to be offering some financial advice to others in October. Maybe some of you guys are specifically financial advisors, so to speak, but I definitely hear the message that some of you guys will be communicating some advice about finances to others in October. But looks like mentally you're going to be very clear and very confident in your financial moves. I think that for a lot of you guys, the inner businessman in you is going to come out, so to speak. Spirit, what is career looking like for my Scorpios in October? And career doesn't have to be just work. It can also be your studies or school or your personal hobbies. We have the Queen of Swords. Interesting. So first of all, I definitely feel like some of what I was saying in your financial house is connected to your career, Scorpio, at least in October. I think that some of the financial decisions you're going to be making are a direct result of what is happening in your career at the moment. I think that maybe that task that you guys, as we saw in the general energy of October, are setting out to do has to do with work, Scorpio. I get the sense that you guys are very much focusing on finances and career in October, and you're specifically taking some strong action in these areas to make some progress on an intention you've already set, Scorpio. I also think that there's a general indication here that it's going to go well as well. But I'm getting another block that you don't want me to go too much into it once again. So we'll move on to this optional area, which is what is your romances looking like in October. Ooh, we have the King of Cups in reverse. Okay. Sorry to say so far, but I kind of feel like romances are another area that's going to take a bit of a backseat in October, Scorpios. I think actually, and this might just be a specific message for some of you guys, that there's going to be a bit of a mess up on your part in some of your romantic pursuits, specifically in that you might say the wrong thing. Not to scare you, just to kind of make you aware of something that might potentially happen. The future is never set in stone, so maybe this is an indication to kind of watch your communication levels in October. But I get the feeling that some of you guys are gonna potentially say something insensitive, and that might affect some of your relationships in October. I also get the sense that some of you guys are not going to be fully forthcoming with your true feelings, and that might cause some misunderstandings. But looks like looks like there's going to be, that's the biggest word I'm hearing, a few misunderstandings in your romantic pursuits in October, Scorpio. So I think that maybe you can get ahead of that and be proactive and just be very mindful of how you're feeling lately, maybe where you stand in some of your romantic relationships, and to be mindful of how you communicate that to others. Remember that others can't always guess how you're feeling or what you're thinking on the inside if we don't properly communicate them. So that might be something to be aware of for October. But moving on, we are going to look into some advice for you in October, and that might shed some light for us. Okay, so to kick off our advice section, I'm going to pull some cards for, first of all, what is a challenge my Scorpios will be experiencing in October? What is the challenge my Scorpios will be facing in October, Spirit? Ooh, we have the Seven of Swords, but I really feel like it came out reversed. So I am getting the general sense that there might be some social drama happening for you in October, Scorpio. In particular, some deceptions or some half-truths, that kind of thing, maybe even some white lies happening. It's a little unclear if it's going to be on your part or from someone that you are speaking to. As in, it's not fully clear if you're going to be on the receiving or the giving end of that, but I'm actually getting kind of the sense that it is a little bit of a two-way street. So I think a challenge for October is going to be, once again, like I mentioned earlier, some misunderstandings. It looks like this one does have to do in, for some of you, your romantic area, but it doesn't have to. So just keep an eye out once again for not always being fully forthcoming with some of your thoughts and emotions in October, and or receiving the same kind of experience from those around you. What is something my Scorpios should be mindful of in October? Something my Scorpios should be mindful of in October. We have Star in reverse and the Tower. I get the sense from this that some of you guys might end up feeling a little bit hopeless, or kind of just in your feelings in general from some unexpected developments that may happen in October. In particular, I'm definitely hearing this around your social life or in some of your relations with other people. I think also there is a message here to watch out for some pessimistic views, in particular when it comes to other people. Just keep an eye out for those developing as a result of something you experience. Or for some of you, you might already have a bit of a pessimistic view about others, and there's a message here from Spirit to be mindful of that and how you might want to heal that to make the most of October. For some of you, I think that there is also a possibility here on a lighter note that you might be avoiding, kind of like dodging a bullet, so to speak, of of a negative event happening in October. So next we are going to see also what Spirit advises for your self-care in October. What do you advise for my Scorpios to do for self-care in October, Spirit? Ooh, we have number 2, alone time. Interesting. So that definitely speaks for itself already. I think that you'll definitely find some solace and introspection in spending some time alone, Scorpio. I think that for some of you, there is also some work to be done in the self-love area, and simply putting yourself in a private space where you can just fully be who you are and also fully feel what you're feeling. I think that one of the benefits of alone time is that you can really just relax and not worry about being judged for how you act. Not to suggest that you act in any unpleasant way, but what I mean is, like, you know, you can lay however you want to lay, you can sit however you want to sit, and look however you want to look without judgment from others when you're alone. And I think that's something you'll really benefit from in October. I think that this is also speaking not just to physical alone time, but also mental solitude. There is definitely a general deficiency of solitude in today's society. There's always something to look at, and we are always in connection and communication with one another, especially through social media, which overall is a good thing. But I think that it also can take our attention away from having a good, healthy amount of solitude within our lives, where we're looking within ourselves and just reconnecting with ourselves on a deeper level. So I think that this is going to be a beneficial thing for you to focus on in October. If there's a certain activity that you can do that really helps you retreat and relax with yourself, Scorpio, I think that that's something that you should definitely focus on. Next, we are just going to open the floor fully to Spirit and whatever messages that they want to give you on making the most of October. Spirit, how can my Scorpios make the most of October? How can my Scorpios make the most of October? Ooh, we have the Ten of Swords coming up first. A really strong feeling of emotional release and letting go here. Particularly letting go of any negative thoughts you're having or negative self-talk. It's definitely one thing to do to make the most of October. If there's anything that you can do that really helps you clear your mind, and even like a ritual to symbolically let go of some of your thoughts that may not serve you, Scorpio, that is something to definitely do in October. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. I definitely feel like that connects to the Ten of Swords here in the way that I'm getting the feeling like some of you guys might feel a bit attacked, maybe by an incident in October, or some of your interactions with others in October. And there is a message here that to help you make the most of the month, to look for activities or maybe some healthy conversations to have to help you let go of some of those feelings. Or in particular, I think that there might be something you hear that makes you feel attacked, in particular, some words or phrases that stick with you. And those are the specific things that would be good for you to try and find a way to let go of in October. What else do we have for our Scorpios? Ooh, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Yes, I definitely am getting another confirmation here that you guys might have to unfortunately deal with someone who is not going to be acting in your best interest in October. It might be a friend of a friend. It might be like an ex's new partner or something. But there's definitely a little bit of viciousness from a person. I'm definitely sensing a lot of, like, not a lot, but some hostility from someone in October that you might meet in one of your social occasions, and they might say some pretty hurtful things that you may find help in solitude to shake off, Scorpio. We're gonna pull one more here. We have the High Priestess. Yes, so I definitely am getting a strong message of that time in solitude will really help you. Just to spend time with yourself and remind yourself that not everything other people say to us is true. Sometimes people are just saying things as a projection of their own insecurities, or as a way to hurt us for whatever reason, and that's definitely not something that you deserve to carry. So I think that if this incident happens for some of you guys in October, that listening to your gut, first of all, and your gut really tells you if someone has good or bad intentions off the bat. I think that listening to your gut on who this person might be is going to be very helpful to you. And I think that Spirit's also advising you to kind of cut through some of that noise and remember that some of the negative things that this person says are just absolutely not true. Actually, I'm hearing all of the negative things they're going to say to you are not true, and they're just trying to hurt you. So if this incident happens, definitely there's a reminder here to cut through some of that noise and just know that this person is kind of just talking crap, so to speak, and that you don't need to carry that with you, even if it hurts at first. Maybe confiding in someone close to you, or spending some time alone, and maybe in meditation or going somewhere where you can be alone but it brings you some peace, will be beneficial to helping you really let go of that negativity and not carry it with you. Yes, I'm definitely hearing like very strong messages of either confiding in someone in private or just kind of retreating, finding somewhere where you can be reclusive in a healthy way so that you can work through some of that emotional response. I'm hearing that meditation will be a very strong tool for some of you guys to do that. And for some of you who are already interested in divination or other spiritual activities, I think that there is a strong encouragement to do that as well. But that's definitely something to focus on for your mental well-being in October, Scorpio, because I feel like to some extent some of this is going to keep you up at night in particular, and that is definitely something that you do not deserve. So I hope that that's not too much of a downer. All of this is said, of course, with peace and love, and only being brought to you so that you're aware of it ahead of time and to help you if this does happen. And the future is never set in stone, so remember that as well. I am going to leave you with some encouraging messages from Spirit. So, Spirit, what encouraging messages do you have for Scorpio to go forward with into October? I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am loved and miracles are natural. So, definitely taking some time to slow down will be good for you in October. Remind yourself not only that you are loved, but that you are loved, with a D at the end as well, Scorpio. And just practicing plenty of self love in October, especially if you feel down. And in terms of the phrase miracles are natural, I really do believe that more miracles and positive experiences come to us throughout the day if we simply choose to believe that they are not rare events and that they can happen to us. So that might be something that helps you, that comforts you as you go through some of these challenges in October, Scorpio. Exactly. The presence of love will always cast out fear. Those are especially the strongest moments, and we should remember and remind ourselves that we are loved, to practice self-love, because that is the direct remedy to moments in which we feel scared or attacked, Scorpio. I think in particular, spending some moment in recluse will also help you cultivate that love. Pull one more for you, Scorpio. Oh, we actually have two. We have I am the dreamer of my dream, and I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Yeah, so I definitely feel like there's a strong reminder here from Spirit that all that you want and all that you really desire in your life is completely possible. Maybe that's something you need to hear right now. And you don't have to be sorry about the things that you want to accomplish in life, Scorpio. And this is just a mild speculation, but something about what a hurtful person may potentially say in October might be directly attacking some of the goals that you set out for yourself. Maybe they're trying to pull you down so that they don't have to feel insecure themselves about having trouble reaching their goals. But I think in particular, Spirit wants to remind you that you don't have to say sorry for wanting more for yourself or for trying to go after something that seems daunting at the beginning or seems unattainable when that's not the truth. And there's a message here also to trust in yourself and in Spirit that anything is possible and that anything you want to achieve is fully possible within your grasp. I feel like there is one lasting message that Spirit wants to really emphasize to you, that you are loved, Scorpio. I think that that might be something some of you guys are having a hard time believing, but I definitely assure you that there is a strong feeling from Spirit here that they really want to emphasize that to you in a way where they're just like, almost aggressively like, you are loved and you're going to accept that and you're going to hear that, Scorpio. So that is where I'm going to leave you for today. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read for you. I hope that you have a wonderful October, and be sure that you have all the tools that you need to make October awesome within you already, Scorpios. If you feel called to, please feel free to leave a like or subscribe. It helps me tremendously, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.